With the launch of Mi 11X and iQOO 7 in India, the 30,000 rupees price point has been pretty busy. We did review the Mi 11X where I did mention that the Snapdragon 870 at this price point, 30,000 rupees, is a very good deal. We were not able to review the iQOO 7 as our review unit is stuck in Mumbai. And now Realme is coming into this fight with the Dimensity 1200, MediaTek's flagship processor. In this video, I will be telling you if you should consider this phone in your buying decision. Hey guys, this is Shaun here from Mashable India, and if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and bell icon. And guys, this is not your typical tech channel. We make videos on pop culture, entertainment, explainer videos. So there is a high probability that you might like something else. So do have a look around. So we will start off the comparison with stress testing the Dimensity 1200. We will be comparing it to Snapdragon 888 device, that is the Mi 11X Pro, and Snapdragon 870 device, that is the Mi 11X. So as we can see, all three phones are at full brightness and 100% battery. So we will start with the test. So what we will do first is a CPU throttle test for 45 minutes. We'll just start it. And we have just crossed 30 minutes. We'll check the temperatures again. This is around 41 degrees, the 870. MediaTek is around 46.8, 47. And with Snapdragon 888, we are around 41, 42, 41.9. So guys, it's 45 minutes of testing. This is the temperature for the Snapdragon 870 device. That is 41 degrees at max. Yeah, so this is the MediaTek and it is 47 plus degrees. 888 is around 42 degrees, so not that bad, but MediaTek is heating up a lot. So the 870 is at 91%, the MediaTek is at 82%, and the 888 is at 88%, and the MediaTek has lost the most battery. So now what I will do is just charge the phones again to 100% and then start with the Enter 2 benchmark test. So all three phones are at 100% and full brightness. So we will start with the first run. So it is around 40 degrees on the 870, 41. On the 1200 we are around 43, 44 degrees, and on the 888 we are around 45 degrees. So these are the results for the first test, and we do see that the 888 is performing very well, and the Dimensity 1200 is also performing very well compared to the 870. So what we will do is just rerun the benchmark. I am not giving the phones any breathing space so that it can cool down, so the phones will get hot. So the 870 is around 43 degrees, the Dimensity is around 47 degrees, and this is also around 46, so this is also pretty hot. So as we see that there is a significant score drop in the Dimensity 1200 compared to the 870. So we will run the benchmark the third time. So we have an overheating warning on the 888, that is around 51 degrees, 52. We will check on the Dimensity also, it is also on 51 degrees. So this is around 45. So 870 is still handling it well compared to the other two processors. So we are done with the third round. So we will just rerun benchmark again. So we have overheating warning again over here on the 888. So we have 53 degrees over here. So 52 degrees over here, 53 I think, yeah. So this one is also getting pretty warm. It is around 45 degrees. So this round is also done, and we do see that the Dimensity 1200 is losing on the scores, and the other two are holding up pretty well. We will run one last one, so 5 in total. So 52 degrees. This is the fifth and final test. 51 point something, and 46. Okay, so the fifth round of testing is done and we see our first phone reaching below 6 lakh, and the 888 is around 74%, the Dimensity is around 72%, and the Snapdragon 870 is around 81%. So the most battery drop is on the Dimensity, but 888 is also just next to it. So the conclusion of our processor stress test is that Dimensity 1200 is heating up a lot and there is noticeable throttling. We do see that Snapdragon 888 is also similar temperatures, but there is not a lot of throttling. And the winner is Snapdragon 870, where the temperatures are managed, no overheating issue, and there is no throttling as well. As the temperatures are not rising, they don't need to throttle, and there is no performance lag as well. I have said this before and I will say it again. Snapdragon 870 is the best Android processor we have had so far in 2021. Moving on to comparing the Realme X7 Max with Mi 11X. Let's start with the cameras. Both the phones are missing OIS. The Mi 11X comes with 48 megapixel IMX582 and the Realme X7 Max comes with the newer 64 megapixel IMX682, and it shows in the image output. Photos from Mi 11X looks oversaturated. For example, take these bushes in the background. We can see that the greenery on this one is oversaturated and it looks unnatural. And in this image, we do see that Xiaomi is just cranking up the contrast. It's as if like Xiaomi is just over processing the photos to make up for the fact that they are using an inferior sensor. They are using a very old sensor, 2-year-old sensor. In low light as well, we do see that Realme is performing better. There's better noise reduction, there's better ISO management. Moving on to video recording, Realme X7 Max can support 4K 60 videos, whereas the Mi 11X is maxed out at 4K 30 FPS. But first we will talk about the bad camera UI on Realme. It takes me so many steps to change the video resolution. When we compare it to Xiaomi, it just takes me 1 or 2 steps. Okay, so in the first comparison, we will compare 4K 30 FPS. In video quality wise, Realme loses very badly. The colors are oversaturated and the AIS on Realme does not kick in on 4K. It is limited to 1080p. Moving on to 4K 60, we only have Realme's video because Xiaomi does not support it. There is no stabilization, not even AIS. Oh, I almost forgot, there is an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera on both the phones, and they are okay. At this price segment, they are more of a formality. Moving on to displays, both phone comes with 120Hz AMOLED displays. Realme has chosen to go with a smaller 6.43 inch display. Because of that, the overall form factor of the phone is smaller and is much easier to use one-handed. But the phone is completely made out of polycarbonate. There is no glass at the back or at the frame. Mi 11X, the back of the phone is Gorilla Glass 5. And due to the use of polycarbonate, the Realme X7 Max is only 179 grams compared to Mi 11X's 196 grams. Oh, and Realme X7 Max does not support HDR playback in Netflix or Prime Video, whereas the Mi 11X supports it. Heck, the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 10 Pro, which is a 16,000 rupees phone, also supports HDR playback, but this around 30,000 rupees phone does not. Realme X7 Max comes with 4500 mAh battery, which is good enough to last for a day's usage. And the phone also supports Realme's 50 watt charging, where the phone charges from 0 to 100% in about 55 minutes. The X7 Max supports 7 5G bands compared to Mi 11X, where it supports only 2. See, we still don't know anything about the 5G rollout in India. We do not know how many bands will be supported. We do not know if the 2 bands is a wrong decision. But supporting 7 bands is a safer decision. Okay, so overall, the X7 Max is a very good phone. But would I recommend it over the Mi 11X? Actually, no. Because of Snapdragon 870 being a much stable processor. The Dimensity 1200 is a very good processor, it's a very good phone overall, but the problem is 1200 is heating up. There are some issues which might get fixed up in future, but I will not suggest you this right now. The Mi 11X with 870 is a much safer option. Do let us know in comments below if you accept our choices, if you agree with our opinion, and let's have a discussion down there. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.